Hi, my name is Thais Gibson, and I'm the creator of the Personal Development School. This is your daily breakthrough video, and in this video, I want to talk to you a little bit about fighting as a dismissive avoidant versus fighting or arguing as you become more securely attached and what some of the major differences are. And part of why I'm doing this series for all the different attachment styles is because I've had so many requests from individuals asking, hey, I think I'm becoming more secure. These patterns are changing. These habits are changing. Is this what fighting and arguments are supposed to look like now? Is this how I'm supposed to feel in relationships as I become more secure? And so I just really wanted to take some time to put some videos up for our community to validate these things, to share these things with you so you can sort of gauge a little bit more whether or not you're on the right track. So one of the first things you'll notice as a DA, obviously, when you argue, is that you want to just close down, shut out, push people away. And that's a subconscious strategy for self-protection the vast majority of the time. But what I find is that as DAs become more and more secure, they learn to open up a little bit faster. And really, this tends to be like the trajectory, if there is one. It's like this. It's first shut down for long periods of time, continue to keep people at bay, probably don't address the situation or open back up or resolve the situation at any point necessarily. Then, as somebody becomes more and more secure and starts having their emotions come online, being able to reprogram their core wounds, not fear conflict, not feel so shamed for things or ashamed of themselves when there's a conflict. Or shamed by criticism, being able to like not take things personally and be like, oh, that person's upset, that's why they're saying it, rather than it being like, oh, this person truly thinks that about me and it's true, this must be who I am, whatever their criticism is, right? Instead, there's this lack of personalizing things. There is a quicker rebound from being shut down to opening back up. And one of the first things I'll see is like the intensity of the shutdown diminish and the frequency of the shutdown diminish, and also the rebound period from how long a DA is shut down to the point they open back up starts to be quicker. So if somebody would normally shut down for days, maybe they shut down for an afternoon, and then maybe they shut down eventually for half an hour and then 10 minutes. And then that rebound period gets to the point where when somebody's fully secure, they're able to deal with things in real time. And to the point as well, where you'll often see the DA, or once was a DA, then approach their partner sometimes instead of the partner always approaching them to resolve something. So you'll see this like needle really shift, really move to a much healthier outcome. And that's one of the biggest ways of telling that the DA is becoming more and more secure. And oftentimes, the next really big thing that will happen is the DA will learn to articulate their feelings and needs. So they'll learn to insert themselves and realize that, hey, I have feelings that I derive from being in this committed relationship. I have needs from a partner in a committed relationship, and they'll stand up for things. They'll say, hey, I don't like the way you spoke to me just then. That landed poorly. It felt very critical. I need you to try to phrase it this way next time instead, or talk to me earlier next time. And they'll really open up in that way to initiate healthier outcomes and healthier conversation. I have two other things I want to touch on, but also if you want to do a deep dive into this stuff a lot more and you want to start with like the dismissive avoidant reprogramming course, or if you're in the relationship with a dismissive avoidant and you want to take a course that's all about your relationship with the DA based on your attachment style, we have a series of courses that are available as well that are all about like different attachment styles with each other and what the relationship looks like and how to reprogram and all these different things. You can check out all of those courses for 14 days for free by clicking the link in the description box below. It's a 14-day free trial. We're just doing it for Mental Health Month for May. So you can check that out if you want to join. It's a one-off. We won't be doing it again. So I hope you enjoy and get a chance to sign up. And it'll just give you the chance to check out like multiple courses and come to multiple community events. We have community events 2, sometimes 3 times a day. I do webinars 4 days a week. We have other facilitators who lead a whole bunch of different events in the community, guided reprogramming activities, study groups, socials, all kinds of really cool stuff. So anyways, so you'll see a lot of these things start to take place. Another big thing is that the dismissive avoidant, as they become more secure in an argument, they don't feel so ashamed by somebody else's criticisms. They start to really recognize like this is a reflection of somebody trying to communicate their needs and doing it in probably a suboptimal way. And they're not personalizing that criticism and saying like, oh, I am clearly defective or not good enough or things like that. They're able to be like, I had a behavioral mistake. if there was something that they were at fault for, right? Like, oh, my behavior wasn't good, rather than me at my core being dysfunctional or wrong. And being able to make that separation really helps to not hurt so much when pain arises, or when there's a conflict or a challenge. It's not so heavy. It's like, oh, a solvable problem because I just need to tweak a behavior next time and be more mindful. And the DA starts to really like consciously realize it, but also even subconsciously feel it. And then last but not least, I find that DAs get into a position where they're not so afraid of conflict. And it's not like they're like out there trying to pick fights and like start conflict, but they aren't like assuming that this is going to be this horrible thing that ends the relationship or dynamic, but instead tend to feel like, oh, this is just like a portion of something that's taking place. This is just something that's going on. And it doesn't have to be, the synopsis of the entire relationship or things like that. So hopefully that'll make a whole lot of sense. Thank you for watching and for listening. If you want to check out the 14-day free trial, I hope you do by clicking the link below. And thank you for being here. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.